can hear what you're thinking, all your doubts and fears. And if you look at my eyes in time, you'll find the reason I'm here. 'Cause in time all things shall pass away. In time you may come back someday to live once more, or die once more. But in time your time will be no more.
This is Jeff with Shout Out Minnesota, and we are here with Mark Collie. Mark, thank you so much for joining us today here in Minnesota.
Thank you.
We're at the La Music Room tonight here in St. Michael. You have a show in Raleigh's tomorrow night. And tell us a little bit about your history with music.
Well, I'm a songwriter and a singer and sometimes actor. And I love getting out and playing songs for folks. This is just me and a guitar tour right now. And I'm enjoying it because I have an opportunity to sort of just try out some new songs, play a few requests or overture. And so I'm really enjoying being back on the road, back up here. You know, we've been up here this past summer, had a great experience at the festival. And we've been asked to come back, and I'm very glad of that, glad to be back.
Any new music that you're going to be performing tonight specifically?
I'm going to be playing some songs from my Book of My Blues release, which came out this past year. And we're getting ready to re-release it with some bonus tracks. And a lot of these songs, there'll be 19 tracks on this record when it's finished, when it comes out. And so I haven't had a chance to try all these songs. And I'm writing new songs now with some of my friends, and working on a project with Billy Bob Thornton. And I'm trying some of those songs out.
And so far, what's been the response?
Good, but people are kind to hillbilly singers, you know. And I appreciate their kindness, but no, it's been so far, and I learn a little bit every night from my audiences, from our fans, and I love the interaction. This is more of an intimate evening with. Whereas typically I would be traveling with my rockabilly band, but now I'm having the opportunity, and I've been encouraged to do this more, so I'm getting a chance to do it now.
You also been in acting as well, several different movies, everything from Fire Down Below to Punisher. Which is a very popular movie. The character you played, Harry Heck, how was that created?
Harry Heck was a villain in the original Punisher comic, and he was an assassin, a singing assassin from West Tennessee, from Memphis. I grew up in West Tennessee, and I started my music career in Memphis, and rockabilly was my first thing. And the writer-director and I met at the whiskey bar years before in Los Angeles. And we became friends. And he called me one day and said, I'm getting ready to write and direct a film. And there's a guy in the movie who is just like you. And I said, really? He said, yeah. So he asked me to interpret Harry Head and play him. I was very honored to be the only guy in my high school class who's been in a Marvel comic book movie.
There you go. You've also been in TV as well, Nashville. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Again, it was started around songwriting, and Charles Esten and I met years ago before he became an actor, successful actor, performer. And he and I were writing a song. Charles played the lead on Nashville, the lead man guy, Deacon. And we were writing a song. Phone rang, and he said, I think I may be looking for a guy to play my best buddy on the show. And he said, you got to go talk to him. So I went out and read for him. The Lord would have it, I got the job.
As far as acting goes, was it something that you've always wanted to pursue, or just the opportunity arose?
A little of both, you know. I think everybody would think, man, I'd like to be in a movie. And I always wanted to be in action movies. I actually wanted to be a stuntman. And in the beginning, I did a lot of stunts, most of my own stunts, the action stuff. And I have a great respect for the guys who can do that. And I got a break with Steve Seagal, asked me to do that thing with him. And I actually was I just thought I was going to rap music for it. And that opened a lot of doors. But Johnny Cash, I was blessed to know John. And he encouraged me to go and do some acting and get my chops as an actor, get some credits as an actor. He thought I could do that. So I followed his encouragement, started taking roles.
Now, you're involved in a lot of community events, fundraisers and stuff, specifically diabetes. Tell us a little bit about your involvement in that.
I was diagnosed with diabetes at a very early age. I probably had diabetes a long time before I knew it. And I'm insulin dependent from day one. And as a young man, I understood the challenges of the illness, the disease, the disorder. But thankfully, there's a lot of ways to treat it. With good education, you can live long and prosper with it. And I wanted to do something for that, in that direction. I made a deal with the Lord. I said, if you'll let me have one hit record, I'll raise awareness for people with diabetes, and I'll try to help them. So we have a research chair at Vanderbilt Research Hospital that we started support and to help find a cure for diabetes.
That's fantastic, especially with your story as well. I want to bring up an odd factor that I came across is that you did a eulogy for Dale Earnhardt.
I was asked to speak and say a few words at Dale's memorial that we held in Nashville. There were several. There was a big one at the arena in Nashville. And several friends and country music were there. And they asked me to be there to speak. And I'm glad I didn't have to sing because I could barely speak. But I was truly honored. Dale was a friend. Richard Childress was a great friend. And I've been blessed. Actually, that research chair at Vanderbilt wouldn't have been possible without our friends in NASCAR, Richard Petty family, and the Allisons. I mean, they all were icons and legends of NASCAR came to Nashville to race legend cars with me and a bunch of hillbilly singers, Brooks and Dunn. And we would do that annually and give all the proceeds to the children with diabetes in the Vanderbilt Research Hospital. And Dale was I idolized him. And still do. He was a great man. And I was blessed to know him as a friend.
Definitely a moment that many will never forget. Long live Dale. Long live number 3, right? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know you have a show to get to. How can your fans and followers, how can they get a hold of you on social media?
Just call me. I'll put my cell phone on there when we get through here. Just call me at the house or call me on the cell.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Tammy, how do they get a hold of me? Oh, just go on my social media.
There you go.
And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see the show. come see me.
Thank you.